Okay, sorry. I had to stop the video to get the directions bigger because it said take the I-11, which is like 111. And I was like, okay, like which way am I taking it? But it doesn't tell you when it's like small. It has to be like big, right? So, anyways, weird major impulses. Like the only thing I could relate it to was like when I was sitting there at the table, like wanting to like word vomit, like when Wayne was there, and I was like, just talk to him, just say something, I'm like, no, I can't say something, he's on his phone, like I can't say something to him. And then it was like, and it was like just word vomit, and it just came out, and I couldn't help it. So this was like a very similar feeling where I was like actually scared that I might jump off, and I was like, you can't fucking jump off, like you can't, like I'm like reasoning with myself. So I'm like speed walking back, get in the car, I'm like breaking down, like it took everything in me not to break down crying as I'm walking back to the car. Get in the car, breaking down, call her. She ends up calling me back. She goes, first of all, I want you to breathe. So she was like, how do you feel? And I was like, she's like, do you feel like you want to kill yourself? I was like, no, not at all. Like, no, like, I feel like, she's like, how do you feel? And she's like, do you feel like, I was like, I feel happy. Like I felt really good lately. Like, I mean, I've had some days of like loneliness or some days of feeling down, but I've like almost embraced it and been like, okay, like if you feel lonely today, like, you know, like what is it trying to tell you? Or if you feel like down today, like just kind of take some time and just, you know, be down, and it's okay to feel that way, right? And then I'll feel great the next day, because those days are getting much fewer and further between. So I'm like, no, I felt good. Like I don't want to kill myself. Like she was like, okay, good. And then she was like, I think it's telling you like that this is a feeling that you're going to feel, so that you know when you feel this feeling, when it comes up, just to jump and go for it, and everything's going to be fine. And I was like, oh my God, like, that makes so much sense. I was like, okay, like that like makes so much sense. Like, and then I had gotten these couple of calls on my phone, like right before. So this morning I got calls from a patient wanting to schedule, and she called a week ago but didn't leave a message, and then called me again this morning and didn't leave a voicemail again or a text message, but then told the doctor that she was having trouble getting a hold of me. And it wasn't like I was in trouble or anything, but the doctor called me or texted me, and he was like, hey, I have a patient I've been trying to refer to you, but she hasn't been able to get through. And I was like, oh, what's her name and number, and I'll, you know, like call her right away. So, well, I said like later today or tomorrow, but I ended up calling her right away, and I got her scheduled for Tuesday when I'm back. And so, oh, that's right, I gotta do laundry and shit before. I wonder if I'm just gonna like stay packed and do laundry at Sierra's. I'm gonna ask her if that's okay. Because I'm basically getting in on Monday, spending the night at my parents', taking the kids to school Tuesday morning, working. I have to go see the attorney on Tuesday. I get to go see the attorney on Tuesday. And then I have 2 patients, and then picking up the kids that night, because I have them, and then taking them to school the next day. And then I think I have 1 patient, and then I'm basically going to the airport. So it's like, when am I supposed to do laundry? So I think I'm just going to ask her if I can just do laundry there. I'm sure she'll be fine with it. So I had a missed call this morning, so it was saved in my phone now as Rachel, whatever her last name is, the patient. And then the call that came in at 3, right as I'm getting out of the car to go walk along that Memorial Bridge, and of course it's called a Memorial Bridge, like really, it was this phone number, and it was like a Kentucky number, like 580, and then it goes 4, 3, 2, 1, and then like the rest of the phone number. And I was like, what the fuck are you counting down for? Like, why are we counting down? And I was like, okay. So then after the call with my therapist, I put that together that came through right before I was walking, and it was basically like a countdown, like 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. Oh my god, I totally just put that together. Jesus Christ, oh my god, Spirit, you are hilarious. Really, God, the way it gets you messages. I can't wait to tell my therapist about this one. So when I was in Fossil Creek, I kept getting the urge to jump off the waterfall too, and I totally wussed out. God, I've been getting so many urges to jump lately, and 2 of them I've actually wussed out. But this one, it was like such a strong impulse, like, just jump, you'll be fine. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't fucking jump off. So when I was at Fossil Creek Waterfall, there was this girl, and she was having a hard time getting motivated to jump off the cliff into the water. And so she goes to Rhonda and I, she goes, can you count me down? And we're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's count you down. Like, what do you want us to count down from? And I think she said like 4 or something. I think she might have said 4. So we were like, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she just jumps. And we're like, yeah, woohoo! Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, she knew exactly what she needed. She needed that countdown to just go for it and just jump. She needed that, like, that to give her that, okay, when they do it, I'm gonna jump. And my phone totally just fucking sent me a phone number, and it was like counting down, and I was like, what are you counting down for? Oh, counting down to jump, just like the girl who jumped off the cliff. Like, jump, like, count down, just jump, be ready to jump. And then 2 things below it is Rachel, which is my future daughter's name. And so I was telling my therapist that, she goes, well, I think it's just telling you, like, when you meet Brian, just jump, just jump, just go all in, just jump. And I was like, oh my god, you are so right, like, holy shit. It's basically, and she goes, yeah, this is letting you know, so that now, she goes, well, you know, you need to give yourself some credit, you didn't jump. And I was like, okay, thank you. She was like, you knew not to jump, so you told you like, you know, give yourself some credit, you did not jump. And I was like, you're correct. And then she goes, this is just letting you know, because you feel your feelings, your messages, you get your messages in your body. She is like, you're a physical therapist, like, you're very physical. And I was like, oh my god, you're so right. She was like, you get your messages in your body. She's like, some people hear them auditory, and I do hear things like audibly too. She's like, some people see it, some people, you know, get it like more mentally, some people, like, you get it more physically, like, you get your messages through your body. And I was like, oh my god, I do. So basically, it's letting me know in a very, very, very strong manner, this is what this feeling is going to feel like. So now, when I feel that feeling come up, I'm gonna know and recognize, oh, okay, this is that feeling. This is the message of that feeling. That message is telling me it's okay, just jump. Whatever it is, just jump in, just go for it. Everything will be fine, just do it. And I was like, oh my god, you're so right. Like, okay. So now I know when I feel that feeling, I won't be scared of it. It's just telling me that message. It's okay to jump. It's okay, jump in, just do it. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I was like, oh my god, okay. Like, god, did it have to be so fucking, like, literal, where I was getting the impulse to jump over the side of the Grand Canyon and off this bridge? I swear to god, Danielle, like, sometimes I'm like, okay, really? And I'm learning, though, like, you know, I'm learning how to let certain things go and not be so reactory. So anyways, that was that. I also wanted to tell you about kids and their technology. I'm right there with you, where I just am no longer, and I'm going to talk to my therapist about this one, because it's like, you know, at some point we do want our kids to take responsibility for what's important to them, because it's like, at what point are we just enabling them, but at what point is it like they don't. So, like, example, like with Callie's watch. So I bought it for her, and this is where I don't know, like, which way to go. So I'm going to ask my therapist her thought on it, since she's a lot healthier than me. And I'm getting there. I'm so thankful for her guidance. Like, every single day, I am, like, so grateful for her being a guide for me through all this. Like, she gets me so many messages. She's so in touch. And then it was really cool because I helped to get her a message because she's been having, like, allergies to these certain Arizona flowers. And so she only moved out to Arizona because her mom asked her to move out here so that her mom could die out here. So her mom transitioned on out here. So her mom's already transitioned on. So the whole reason for her living out here is done, right? So she started experiencing this season allergies to these certain yellow flowers. And I go, well, it's because, like, your body's telling you that now it's time for you, like, you know, it's now time for you to leave Arizona. Like, you're done with it. Like, you were only here for your mom to pass away. And she was like, that's awesome. Like, she was like, it was really cool that I got to give her a message. She was like, oh my God, like, you're so right. And I was like, oh my God, I got to give my therapist a message. This is so cool. Like, I'm so happy. So she gets me so many messages. So I'm going to ask her opinion on this because I got Callie the watch. 602-461-7005. So what's that message? 461-7005. I don't know. 005. Isn't that 00? Wait, what's James Bond? 00. James Bond 00. What is it? Anyways, totally blanking. 007. Oh, well, it is 007 because it was backwards. It was 007. It was 7005. So 007. Isn't that James Bond? Is like 007, right? So what's James Bond? I swear. Spirit. This is like an escape room. Can we wait until I have some food in me? I'm really hungry. So maybe that's where I'm supposed to go eat. This is the James Bond restaurant. Now I'm gonna have the thing like stuck in my head. Now I can't even like do the theme out loud. Anyway. Total ADD moments here. So got Callie this watch so that she can have it when she goes to her dad's. And maybe that's the whole thing. She didn't ask for the watch. I got it for her to be able to have it when she's at her dad's, to call me, and vice versa, so that when she's with me, she can call him. So in reality, it's me who got her the watch, right? She's asking me for a phone. Like, at some point, you can get a phone. I always tell her, like, if you want to save up money for it, you can get it. Oh, I forgot to give her $1 before I left. Stuff. I've been doing that with her, like, every day, and just saying, if you want to earn money today, you know, she, like, wants this and that and this and that. So I'm, like, trying to show her, you know, like, if you save up money, then you can buy it, not just, like, I'm gonna buy you everything that you ask for. So I'm like, if you want to do something each day to earn money, you just let me know. And it's been like, do you want to earn $1 or $2? And then she'll say, like, 2. I'm like, okay, what 2 things would you like to do to earn $2 today? Like, kind of giving her the opportunity for some, like, entrepreneurship. And she'll be like, get myself dressed and get Hobbs dressed. I'm like, okay, perfect. So, like, one morning she did both. So she got $2. Like, she actually got Hobbs dressed, like, all on her own. And then, like, another morning she, like, got herself dressed, but then she didn't get Hobbs dressed, and I think it was, like, him putting up a little bit of a 75, a little bit of a fight about not wanting her to get him dressed. So she only made $1 that day, but that's what I owe her $1. So then that way she can, like, start earning up money to buy stuff. But I guess this kind of answers my own question because I bought her the watch. So in reality, I want her to have it, so I should be really helping her remember to take it, and not expecting her to take it because she didn't ask for it. But the other day, she, sorry, there's a lot of people and nobody's pulling me over. There we go. I should say I get let over with ease. So the other day, I'll usually say, do you have your watch? Do you have your watch? And then at some point I was like, okay, this is kind of getting to be a lot. But in reality, it's like, I want her to have it so that she can call me when she's with Dave. So, I really should help her remember it. But I kind of got to the point of, just being done with that and wanting her to do it. And she forgot it. And she, called on the Duo, Google Duo, having, a total meltdown that she forgot her watch. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe that feeling will help her remember it the next day, right? The next time. Yeah, she totally forgot it again. She didn't freak out about it that time, but it was okay, if you want your watch, you're gonna remember to bring it. But it's no, I'm the one that I want her to have the watch. So that's kind of where I was going with that with Riley is if he really, really, really wants his tablet, his Switch, it's kind of I guess one of those where it's do you want him to have it so that he has something to entertain himself sometimes, because that would be beneficial to you to be here's your tablet, I need some alone time, here's your tablet, I'm gonna get my time, where then I would say, go ahead and help him remember to bring it, which can be a pain when he doesn't know where it is, but then it's kind of again, where it's if it's something you want him to bring because you care and you want him to have something to entertain himself, then help him keep it in a certain spot. I deal with this all the time with Hobbs and his bundle, right? 480-576-7692. My phone is literally blowing up, and I don't know what all these are. Yeah, my phone's not staying. It always stays. So I don't know, maybe saying this is where it's gonna stay when you're not using it, so it doesn't get lost in the pile of stuffies, loveys, stuffed animals, whatever. Or is it something that you're I don't really give a shit if you bring it or not, kid. That's up to you if you want to bring it. So that's up to you to remember to bring it, to know where it is so that you can bring it. In which case, I would say don't help him remember to bring it. Let him experience what it's like to not have it with him for 5 days. And, let him feel those feels so that then next time he knows and prioritizes that to bring it with him. Just a thought, but I have to ask my counselor because that's an adult thought, and kids don't have the same abilities as we do. I do know up until age 9, I think it is, kids are just in their bodies. They're not in their heads yet. They don't have the same reasoning that we do. They're just in their bodies. They feel all the feels. They don't think ahead about stuff like that, right? They live in the moment. Kids we could totally learn from kids and just live in the moment. So I'd have to ask her opinion definitely one that I can relate to, freaking out on Callie on the drive out to Callie, and like freaking out on her and yelling at her in front of Carissa, and just being like, why would you take your jacket off? Like, I'm standing outside in the pouring rain. She's taken her jacket off and her shoes off. She needs to go inside to go potty, and I'm like freaking out on her. She wanted her wet stuff off, so she started taking it off, but I'm standing outside in the pouring rain. I'm already in like terrible shape, right? Like, you know, like that was when the psoriasis was like just about as bad as it had done. Like, that's when I barely just started to heal. So then I like totally apologized for yelling like to her and to Carissa, and because Carissa just like literally like superhero got up, said, Callie, come on, picked her up, carried her inside to go to the bathroom. Like, she just totally like took charge, like superhero, like superwoman, just handled the situation. And I was like apologizing so much to her and to Callie for yelling. Where now I'm trying to learn that if I start to have those feelings of frustration bubble up, not taking it out on them, but walking in the other room and just being like, no, I don't care what's going on, I gotta step away. And if that means the tablet stays at home, then the tablet stays at home. Like, you know, like, that's for me. I've gotten to the point where like I'll get really frustrated that if she's not getting into the bath or something like that, I'm like, you need some help with your body. And then if I can feel the like anger bubbling up, I just like need to go in the other room and like not like freak the fuck out. I kind of freaked out on them last night actually though too, because like I went to bed super early at like 7 because I had been up since 5, and I was getting up at midnight to leave for the Grand Canyon, and I was actually super tired. At like 6 it hit me, and I was like, Mom, can you just get them ready and I can just go to bed? And she's like, yeah, sure. She was super thankful for that. So this is a really long video, and I'm gonna see you soon, so I don't really know why I'm doing all this since I'm just telling you in person, but I'm driving, so I'm just telling you. And then that way we can keep it lighthearted, right? Because this is like your wedding weekend. Yeah, so, you know, maybe not watch this one before. I don't know. Maybe I should text you and say, like, hey. But I don't know, maybe it would feel better, you know, like after being like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, you know, with Riley. So I asked them, the kids, like when they come into the bedroom to go to bed, to like please be quiet because I'm gonna be sleeping, and please try not to wake me up. Oh my god, well Hobbs was already like wired as shit yesterday. He was so excited to see me, but so excited, like freaking out excited. Like, kid, it was cute, like super cute how excited he was, but it was a lot of energy. So injury accident 2223333. I know I'm gonna be working with lanes again. I gotta redo the lien agreement and do the Southwest lien. Might need to do that on the trip. Might be telling me I need to do it on the trip. Sign up for the Southwest lien account under my Soch. So they come in to go to bed and I'm asleep. I'd only been asleep for like, I don't know, not very long, like less than an hour. It was like probably like closer to like 30, maybe 40 minutes. And they came in and they are being so loud and they're moving so much, and Hobbs is talking really loud, and they're getting books out of the nightstand, but they're getting out like one book and then slamming the drawer shut, and then like getting out one book and then slamming the drawer shut, and then getting out another book and slamming. And I was like, I literally was like, guys, can you please be quiet? I'm trying to sleep. And they like weren't, and I eventually was just like, okay, seriously, you guys need to put the books back. I need to sleep. Like right now, books get put away. Not necessarily yelling, but I was definitely not like talking in a calm voice. I was definitely frustrated. So maybe I should have gotten up and walked away on that one. Again, learning. Because that could have sounded like yelling to them, you know, because I was definitely speaking angrily to them. And that's ultimately what yelling is, like releasing anger, right? And I don't need to be releasing it on them, but obviously I needed to release it at that point, so I should get up and walk away and then come back. But I was so fucking tired, I just wanted to go to bed. So they did put all the books back, and then Callie was goofing around, like putting her feet up on, or like climbing off the bed, climbing back on, putting her feet across his bed. And it was also his first night in his new bed at Vipa's, because he has always slept in a pack and play up until last night. So it was his first night in his new bed too. So like the excitement that guy had going on was like through the roof. And then when we get to my parents' house, like they just have him, like, he played, but they also turn on the TV. So then it's like he's not getting his energy out because he's sitting there watching TV, right? So it was just a disaster, like a recipe for disaster, right? So anyways, eventually all the books get put away. I have my earplugs in so I can go back to sleep. And I can just hear Hobbs saying, "Mama, I'm thirsty. Mommy, I want milk. Mama, and I literally just laid there. And I think I did say, like, you know, when I was gonna go to bed, I was like, I love you guys. I'm gonna go to sleep. And I didn't say I'll see you in the morning. I mean, I saw them in the morning, but like they weren't gonna like see me since I was leaving in the middle of the night. So I was like, I love you. I'm going to bed now. One of the earplugs just laid there and just let him keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it, and eventually I just like passed out. And then he passed out, so I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I feel ya. And I think too, like, there is, you know, some stress with traveling and getting ready and making sure you have all the things. And it's like, you know, I guess what, we packed way more in advance to be ready to go so that we're set. I don't know, not having Hobbs sleep in a brand new bed the night that I'm gonna wake up and go to drinking. I don't know, but I feel you on the frustration thing. So, alright, I'm starving. I'm gonna be there in like less than 20 minutes at the hotel. I am so pumped. I'm so pumped to see you. I'll text you to give me a call like when you get in, and I can even just like come meet you guys at your room or whatever. Because I mean we're staying in the same block, right? But I'm gonna go check in, get some food and some order. It's 5:30. I think you said you're getting in at 8, so 2.5 hours. And then I think that's what time you get in, plus then transportation from the airport to the hotel and checking in and all that jazz. But I get to see you so soon, and I'm so excited. And yes, this way we can just see each other and be like, yay, and just be all happy and giggly and lighthearted. Because tomorrow's your bachelorette festivity day, and then Friday, like this time in 2 days, you're gonna be like preparing to tie the knot with